Right, so I'm going to change the bearings on these, on the sport trailer. So for anyone who needs to know, they were getting hot. So I'm like, right, and no matter how much grease I put in them, it wasn't holding grease, and they were just getting hot. So I went and come change the two sets. So for anybody who needs to know, take off your wheel first anyway. Take off your grease cap. There'll be a pin in there, so and it'll be in it. So pull the pin out, undo the bolt. Should just come out. Shouldn't really be tight on there, because it is held in with that pin to stop it from coming out. And then you want to just pull the whole lot out. Now, the bearings should realistically all come out together, but they haven't here. But on the back of it, so that's your back bearing, which I'm going to have to pull off. Usually they are always stuck on there, especially if they've been left a while, so maybe get a spanner in behind it and just tap it out, and that's sealed in as well. So you're going to be changing the whole lot anyway, so yeah, it's fairly stuck on now. So I'm going to have to hit that off. So I got a crowbar in behind it and gave it a few taps with the hammer, and it did come out loose. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Yeah, there you go. That's your back bearing. They look alright, but they probably are, but just there's crap in it, you can hear it. And then yeah, get that back seal off. So that's that. Now clean this down. You want to make sure that's clean for your new bearings and whatnot. I'm not going to clean it too much, I'm just going to get all that crap off. But yeah, doesn't have to be anything special. Just don't mess around with the bearings, get any loose rust off. And that's that. So looks a mess now, but I'll get it cleaned up and put the new ones in. One thing that there is on that I probably should have said, when it's on, there's probably after that nut there's going to be a washer usually, and it has a little groove in it that slides in, so that again helps to keep everything in place. So make sure you don't lose whatever comes out with the wheel, except for your bearings, because you're changing those, but keep the washer. I'm changing this because it's just not holding grease, it's just letting it out. So I have a new one with cap, but yeah, the rest is being changed. So that's the seal, oil seal, grease seal, that's been changed. The back bearing and the front bearing has been changed. But keep that. Alright, so I'm not in the best position, but that's what you have, what you're looking at. Yours might be different. It's not a big deal if it is. The basics are the same. So just get it cleaned out before you do anything else. Just normal tissue paper is your best friend for taking off that grease. But yeah, get it as clean as you can. Right, so this is your new bits. That's the oil or grease seal. That's going to go, I'll show you now. I think this is the oil bearing. Now, the bearings usually come, they come with a plate inside them, but they should be already in the wheel. Comes with this plate. Now, if you really want to do a job on it, you could remove the plate that's already in there if they were bad. So the only way to see if they were bad is to actually put the new bearings in and see how tightly they are. If they're loose in there and they're not sitting like that, then you're going to have to change this. So you're going to have to tap it out. It's a bit of a process, but you'll have to tap it out and then you'll have to get that new one in to the same place. But I don't need to do it on this, so I'm not using these. Right, so you have this far, so I'm doing the outer bearings first. So that means that's the outer one, which will be on the inside of the wheel. And then I'm putting the oil seal on. But first, you want to grease these first. So grease them. Big dollop of grease. It is new grease, it's just old grease. Just absolutely lather it in it. Get it in everywhere. Twist it, turn it, do everything you can. That's going to be doing. Just absolutely fucking destroy it in it. Only way to say it. Twist it, get it, turn it around a couple of times, get it in there. One thing I hate doing is fucking grease. I hate working with grease. I really, really hate working with grease. It's just messy. Just fill it with grease. Fill it with grease the whole way through. Throw your bearing in. And then guess what? Put more grease on it. So you'll probably go through a tube. I always go through a tube. Why not? The more grease, the better. So I'm going to wipe this down because I'm after getting a bit of stuff on it. Make sure this is clean going in. Clean it the best you can, mostly the edges. And then, yeah, grease it. It's getting hard to get grease out of this now. Grease it all on the inside. Just like that. Put your seal, you want the bit with the spring in it inside, facing inwards. That's could be right actually, I don't actually know, but that's the way I'm doing it. So that's it, that's the inner bearing done. Small bearing, front bearing is the smaller one usually, and are more expensive than the bigger ones here in Ireland for whatever reason. Again, comes with that. I'm not changing them, they don't need to be changed. I'm just changing the bearings. Throw it to the side. Again, dollop of grease. Grease them up. You might as well stay for this one. Just grease it up, spin it, just get the grease around it. Do not want them going in dry. Bite the pillow. So that's the, right, so this one just goes straight in with that, oh, lovely grease, lots of it. Perfect. Right, so what's going to go in here next now is that washer. But you won't need to put that washer in, which is this one here. So that would sit on that bearing, but that will stay in place. So that's what your bearing's rubbing against, instead of just a bolt. Yeah, so we're going to the actually before we go to the trailer, I'll show you if I can find it. I think it's out there. No, it's not here. So this is your cap. So that's what's going in here. That's what's going to hold a lot of grease to keep this greased. So fill that with grease. Again, more grease. But yeah, fill that with grease. No reason why not. Right, so we're back out. So again, the bearings are all in the wheel now. Clean off again. Why not? Best you can, cleaned off. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be corroded a little bit. So now your bearings are all in your wheel with lots of grease. Your nut that you took out earlier and your pin here. Alright, so that's all you need now. So when you're putting this on, the front bearing might come back out, which isn't a big deal. So get it on as tight as you can and give it a couple of thumps. And then you'll see it solid on there now. lots of grease. As I said, it was going to come out, but anyway. So this is where you can put your washer on. So find out where the groove is, usually at the top. That'll just slide right down in there. Your nut, you can just hand tighten this on. You don't need to tighten this up with it unless it's rusty and you need to tighten it up, but don't over tighten it. Just tighten it up to the point where the pin is. So it's tight there, hand tight. I don't know where the hole is, I think it's on the side there. So you want to find the hole, just slide your pin through like that, and then you want to get like a pliers or a snake nose pliers or something. Alright, so just bend both sides of that. These aren't the best pliers, but that's all I can find. Just bend it. I usually bend one side, twist it around. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just literally just there to keep it in place. Once it's bent around that at all, it's not moving. Your nut will only come out so far. Try to get that grease back in. And then I'm going to tap that cap on to keep that grease in. You see the grease dropping out the back. That's alright though, we're not going to use that again. So usually the best way to do this is, because it's new, it's not going to fit on perfectly. So try sit it on it as best you can, level. And then you're going to want to give it a couple of taps with a hammer. Perfect. Right, so that's done. No playing that. It's done perfect. It's greased up. New bearings, new cap, ready to go.